Well, the plan was this morning to get on with this again, but that's changed because in this one they're going away in 3 weeks, so it needs doing. There's a little bit to do. Right, I'll run you through quickly what's been done and what's got to be done. Outside is looking pretty good. Polyvision windows all the way around, apart from fixed in the rear doors. Awnings up. The water tanks for underneath are here, but they're missing a fitting apparently. I won't wander you around the other side because it's just the same, more windows. Inside the van, solway panels are kind of put into place, along with panels below. They've been made, and one of the big jobs, this seat frame, he had a seat base custom built to bring it up to height. Done a really good job, the guys who did that actually. I think that's a Sportscraft double seat, proper crash tested one. That's all in and boxed down, and a couple of AGM batteries in there as well. But now this one's got something a little bit more unique. This has got, I think it's a two singles I think at the bottom, and then what those big metal things are for is electric double bed that can be pushed all the way up, I assume during the day, and lowered a little bit in the evening. So this is a 4-berth. I haven't got a clue really what's happening on that. I'm not doing that bit, hopefully. What I'm going to do is, over here we're going to put a bathroom, wall units across at the top, and a kitchen here. We've just marked the kitchen out. It's going to be quite a good length. It's going to have a large Vitrifrigo compressor fridge in it. Thetford triplex like the last one. Where it does differ is in the wall units above will be a microwave. Let's crack on. Okay, so the kitchen's starting to go in now. This panel here is scribed up to the wall. That's in place and ready. How it's going to work is, well, it's pretty obvious where the fridge is going to go. Beside that, the oven, and then we're thinking a little cupboard on that end. The walk-through on this isn't huge, but it's okay. Thing is, it's, you know, 4-berth in a camper is tight. One nice thing, we can just about get the sink above the fridge, so that saves a little bit of space. But what I'm going to do now is take this panel back out and cut the hole down the bottom for the tambour. Right, so we're on the bench now. I've made a template to cut all of the doors. Now it's not going to do, obviously it's not going to be the right size for every single door, but it will, as I'm going to cut it from above, enable me to move the template around and get all the corners the same. It just saves some time. So I'll run the router around that, and to make life easier, I've made another panel for the middle, so the router's got something to sit on both sides going round. Well, that was starting to go alright, but the blades we got on that are terrible. Absolutely awful. They're from Toolstation. They're only about £2. Should have known better, really. So I've ordered some better ones now online, and a larger bush for the different base on my Makita. So I'll come back to that. In the meantime, Zoom this out. I think it zoomed in on this. Been getting on with the kitchen. So I've been cutting the panels. This one's practically ready now for the oven. Just need to cut the bottom shelf, which I'm going to do in a minute, and put the shelf in down there. While I'm here, while I've been doing this, the guy whose van it is, he's been getting up here done. And I quite like the way he's done this, so I thought I'd show it. Now there's wall units running into it on both sides, so the edges are already completely hidden. But I just see that most people like carpet across the top there, and what he's doing is running the white furniture board all the way across the whole roof. Okay, before we can put the uprights in for their wardrobe, which are going to go between that aluminium pole there and the back of the seat, need the shower tray in place, so get it all in exactly the right place. So I've put the shower tray in place, and I've marked on the wall, you can see where the tape is, not the tape, the pen, where the toilet fits if it's down. Now we've got to put a door through the wall, toilet door, so spent ages to get the marking right, just to get this little hole down the bottom here. That's the centre line across the bottom, and it works out on the outside exactly where the trim's going to fit. I'll go around and I'll show you. So on the outside, you'll see there, that's where that hole is, and the door is all marked. It's really tight on this one because the distance between the B pillar, which is about here, and a little one of the non-structural pillars is like here. Now this one's got this kick out that comes around on the inside, so it's a really tight gap. That's the door. I've drawn around the door. It should fit, so it's like 1 millimetre above the trim on the van, and runs in line with where the curve is here. So I've got it all marked out. Let's get it cut. So the inside, and then the outside. Now what I'm going to do now is cut round this on the outside. Scribe this out. And then on the inside, a little bit of the white bathroom covering. Glue it to that, route around the edge. Give a nice inside to the door. Just using the flush bit. Right, so the door's now fitted. The panelling is all on the back of it. It's all sealed round. Take a bit of cleaning up. I've also put a shelf down the bottom and a shelf above. Now I've done that so I can screw in from the outside, and this will give nice clean lines on the inside. I'll put the little side panels in afterwards. So I'll just show it from the outside as well. There it is. All looks nice, dead on the line above. Tiny little gap below. All opens beautifully. Pretty happy with that. Okay, so the bathroom is now in. All the white panels for the insides of the doors are cut. They're just not fixed yet. You can see in there it's just a plain board. The backboard isn't on yet. When the toilet fits in, it fits perfectly up to those two little shelf bits I put in. Shower tray's nice and rigid, even though it's just sat on its plinth at the moment. We've got some plumbing to run under that first. We were waiting for the sink. The start of the seat is done. Now what I've done is I've shaped this panel round here. Let's see if you can see that from there. And put the seat belts through, and I've made a base for it. And in the gap in the middle, I'll house a load of electrics, and then on the back of this panel, a load of the switches. So the next job to do before I set the kitchen into place is this top wall unit. Now what I'd like to do with that is run one wall unit right into the curved end. Thought I'd quickly show how I template, Franken template. What I do is I don't try and do it in one piece. I'll sort of scribe that. This is the panel for the top. Scribe that piece in, then cut another piece here and attach it on, and a bit for down the bottom, attach it on, a bit for the ends, attach it on, and then just sort of glue it all together. You just use some mitre bond until I've got a nice big panel. It's a lot easier that way. So that's the one that I made to make this panel, which is now done. All looks nice. I know it fits because I fitted it before I cut the centre bit out. I'm going to go and put it in place. It's nice and quiet.
But I say it, who's the daddy?
That's working well. Well, as long as it stops. Okay, so the bed frame's now in, and it works. So how this bed works is it lifts up lengthways in the middle. In fact, it now is lifting up. It's quite quiet. But it means you can still have wall units down this side. I think it's quite a clever design, really. I'll show you again once it's all put together properly. This chair, I've just finished sort of getting all the cosmetic bits on this done. As I mentioned before, the electrics can go up here, and then sort of some panels on the back here, use that space. Under the seat is the leisure batteries. This lifts up. It's got to have some structure around it. Yeah. The vents in at the front, you can see the trimmer vent, just haven't connected it on yet, it's just sat in there loose at the moment. Oh, just one thing. If anyone's ever wondering how to do that, the easiest way to do it is knock it into a piece of wood, then mitre it with a piece of wood. I'll probably show it in the next video. It's just a nice way of getting that mitred when you haven't got room for a curve. That looks really nice, I think. Steps still got to be finished. That's not one of the jobs I'm doing though. I have just finished this wall unit though. I think it's the biggest wall unit I've ever seen in a van. I've scribed it absolutely everywhere, and I've scribed it right into the front of the van. I mean, it's just huge. There's a bit of work on the inside still to do, yeah. But it is a massive, massive, massive cupboard. Looks really nice. And I thought, well, what would look really nice, if you look down, is if we did similar to the other side. And obviously it can't be as deep as that. So I've got the bands on, but we've got to get this carpeted across and up. And I haven't got the glue here, otherwise I would get this done now. But I have made the unit ready. So this is all scribed and ready, literally ready to go, and it's got the bottom shelf on it as well. It's just a little shallow shelf. It's scribed so it fits against the carpet underneath. The door frame, you'll see it when it's fitted in the next video anyway. But yeah, I mean, we've basically had 4 days on this, and I think we're flying. Okay, well the bathroom's come out now. Ready to sort of finish it. I've been putting the framework in for the rear wall. So that's all in. On this wall the plastic still got its protective film on, it's fully fitted. On the other side it's only glued sort of halfway. Reason for that is I've got to get the edging on this one, and these two panels are fixed. See, this one I've managed to fit, but I'm going to have to slide it into the front into this, glue it, so it all goes. I won't get it with this edge on already, so I've left this bit loose, but I've clamped it top and bottom so it can't move while it's drying. Looks pretty good around the toilet door. I've cut the wall and the panel, I'll show you briefly. So this is the wall and the panel. I've just literally scribed the panel around. That's a cutout for the toilet. So it's all done. Again, clamp it to it, router it around with the edge trimming bit in the router. A couple of little knockouts at the top. Some existing cables that were coming through. I think they're from the solar. Right, I'm going to get this fitted in. Just show you one other thing. To fit this, all I've done is just mark the line where the battens are. Not on this side because I know it's all the way up the edge, and that way I can glue and screw this on and then glue the board on the front. The pedestal at the bottom is just stood there at the moment. That's the base for the shower tray, just so I could make sure that the toilet was going to fit nicely through the hole when I cut it. Apart from that, the wall is in. I've got a couple of T-clamps that's glued up. Then the wood behind is glued and screwed into the battens. I didn't worry too much about scribing that top line to perfection, as we're going to build a high level wall unit across there for toiletries. Right, let this dry for a while and get on with the rest of the bathroom. Shower tray is all in now, all finished, thank God. Well, apart from the front on it, obviously. So the toilet's in place. Everything's siliconed around the tray apart from that edge over there, and you can see the pipes hanging down. It's because we're waiting for a waste for this flip down sink, so it can come out of the edge. So the flip down sink is just loosely fitted. The cupboard above is fitted, proper siliconed in. All looking nice. We've got the shower, because we've got this unit bit on this side. We've got the shower coming through. Don't know if you can see them down there. Maybe, I don't know. We've got the shower pipe work all coming through there. Wastes in as well. You can't see it, but on the back of the toilet there's the water and the electrics are in. See the waste pipe there for the sink. It's basically all done. I've just got to put the front back on now and then put the plastic on the back over the metal so it looks like the rest of it. The battening at the top is ready for another little unit to go across the top there. That'll be done afterwards. Well, that was fun. Not. But it is all in. You can't really see yet, but the back corners are in. It just needs silicone. I've got to take the plastic off, etc. But anyway, bathroom is in and done. Also started cutting the side sofas, and you saw before we'd done the unit over there, put the one in to match it this side. Now this side it's much more shallow. See underneath, it's all scribed around to the carpet. It looks pretty nice under there. It needs a couple of screw hole covers. So you've got a little area inside there. There's going to be another little shelf in there and a little one at the front there that leaves all of the storage in the front here. We've got a load of rubbish on it for, you know, putting stuff on. And this cupboard's fully accessible from the door, so it doesn't matter if there's stuff across here, and that'll just be for like fuses and things like that. The bed's got to go over to so the foam can be cut. As I said, this needs to be ready for the end of the month. So to do that we need the rear sort of sofa sides out, which are also single beds. So we've got the solway panel on this side now. I think Gary's going to cut in the bottom panel now so it's the same as this side and put the wheel arch on. I'm going to make the bed frames. On this side, this bed's completely finished. This is a bed and sofa down here. Trimmer and that's in there, and there's the spare gas locker there. On this side, the frame's all in and cut and in place. Haven't cut the gas locker in there or the edge of the top, blah 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 on that. Solway's in, and the bed's in, as you've already seen go up and down. Still to do. Obviously the kitchen over there's got to be a bulkhead at the end of the bed that's going to go up. It'll form the side of the kitchen and then the side of the wall unit above. There's a tambour door for the bathroom, that's on order. There's the finishing of the seat. There's a huge wall unit going down this side that's got to be made. There's a small unit going down there. But, you know, still got 3 days on it. Wish me luck. Thanks very much. Bye bye.